Good morning, students. Let us solve the same problem which we have already solved using Gauss-Seidel method of load flow as well as Newton-Raphson method of load flow. So this is the same problem. Today we will solve using fast decoupled load flow method. So a statement of this problem is, for the 3-bus system shown in figure, use fast decoupled load flow method to obtain one iteration of the load flow solution. So remember the steps for fast decoupled load flow method. What was the first step? First 3 steps will be common for all the methods. You have to read system data, formulate Y bus, then assume initial values of the variables, right? So we have already formulated Y bus for the same problem. So quickly write down Y bus for the same. So this is our Y bus in rectangular form. We have the values of the elements of Y bus in polar form as well, right? Check your notebook. So what will be our next step? Step number 3, assume initial values of the variables. So variables are V2. So initial value 1 per unit. And the other variables delta 2 and delta 3. So delta 2 0 is equal to same as delta 3 0, that is equal to 0 degree. We are assuming initial values of the variables. So what next? We know that in fast decoupled load flow method we have the relation as del P upon V matrix is equal to minus BQ matrix times del delta matrix, isn't it? And the another one is del Q upon V is equal to negative of B, this is BP, right? And this is BQ. Check your notebook, which we have already discussed during previous lectures, isn't it? So these are the specified parameters P and Q in our system. For this 3-bus system, we have P2 as a specified parameter at bus number 2 and P3 at bus number 3. So corresponding elements will be del P2 upon V2 for P2, and for P3 we will write del P3 upon V3 will be equal to negative of that matrix represented by BP times, what about variables? Delta 2 and delta 3. So you will write here del delta 2 and del delta 3. As we have discussed that in fast decoupled load flow method, this matrix will be constant matrix. So it will be evaluated once in first iteration only, and the same can be used for any iteration, right? No need to change. This will be constant. This is the biggest advantage of this fast decoupled load flow method. Fine. So once this is evaluated, if you want to evaluate the variables at the end of first iteration, you need to evaluate these two represented by del delta 2 0, del delta 3 0. That will be obtained with the help of this constant matrix and del P2 0 upon V2 0 and so on, isn't it? So you will update delta 2 as delta 2 1 is equal to delta 2 0, which you have assumed, plus this. Similarly for delta 3 1 will be equal to delta 3 0 plus this, and so on. Now again you will evaluate this, substituting the delta 2 1, delta 3 1, and so on, right? So it will be easy for you to evaluate the variables in every iteration. So how to get this, the value of this matrix? Remember, in general, we know that for any bus, ith bus, we may write del pi upon vi will be equal to negative of summation from bus number 2, because first bus is slack bus. So from bus number 2 to bus number n, whether PQ bus or PV bus, everywhere we are having P as specified parameters. That's why K from 2 to n. What was here? B. This is I. So write here Ik del delta. Just check your notebook. Is it the same? So what does it mean? Corresponding to ith bus, or say I is 2 here. When I is 2 here, you will write del pi upon vi as del p2 upon v2. So corresponding to this bus, second bus, you will write, put I2 here and start K from 2. So it will be 2 2 del delta 2. Then I is 2, right? K is 3 now. 2 3 del delta 3 and so on, 2n del delta n. So for our system, we have n, total number of buses, as 3. So starting from 2 to 3, you will write B22 del delta 2, then next B23 del delta 3. 2 elements corresponding to this row. Similarly, when I is 3, so this will be del P3 upon V3. So substitute I3 here. So this time it will be B32 when K is 2, right? Del delta 2, K is 2 here, right? Then again K3, so B33 del delta 3. In general, when you are having your Y bus of the order n is total number of buses. So for our system, it will be 3 by 3. You can observe, right? So except slack bus, that is bus number 1, you may write directly from Y bus. This matrix can be written directly with the help of Y bus. Just you have to ignore the first row and first column. One thing. Second thing, during this discussion of fast decoupled load flow method, we have 3 assumptions. Out of these 3 assumptions, one assumption was ignore conductances. Because of highly inductive nature of the system, we had ignored GIK. So we will take only susceptance values, that is BIK, that is imaginary part of the elements of the Y bus, because real part of the elements of the Y bus has been ignored during fast decoupled load flow method. So these 2 things will help you while writing BP. So how to write BP? If I am writing BP here, this matrix, so what will be the order of this BP? You can observe from here. It starts from K to N. So this will give you number of columns. Fine. So how many such del P upon Vi you will have for your system? N minus 1. Why? Because except slack bus, for N bus system, whether PQ bus or PV bus, all the buses are having P as a specified parameter. Fine. So you will have how many rows? N minus 1. So the dimension of this will be N minus 1 cross N minus 1. On the other hand, if you are going to ignore just the first row and first column of a matrix known as Y bus having order n by n, so obviously the order of this BP, which is obtained by ignoring just first column, first row, will give you n minus 1 by n minus 1. Is it clear to you? So how to write this? you may write BPS. So you have ignored first row, first column. And again, second thing, you have ignored real part of this, that is conductance. So you have to take the imaginary part only. So what you will write? Minus 52, then 32, then 32 again, and minus 62. So this will be your BP, having order n minus 1 cross n minus 1. So for our problem, the total number of buses is 3. So this will have order 2 by 2. You can observe it easily. Clear? So this is constant matrix. No need to worry. Now you can use the same values for any number of iterations. What about this BQ? So BQ, for BQ, you may write for ith bus as del Qi upon Vi as negative of, this time you are going to write Q for Q, and Q is a specified quantity for which bus? PQ bus only, not for PV bus. So in our discussion from the beginning, we have assumed bus number 1 as slack bus number 2 to bus number M as PQ bus number M plus 1 onward up to bus number N as PV bus. So using same notation, we may write for PQ buses K is equal to 2 to up to M. Very good. So up to M BIK del VK. Check your notebook. So this was like this, right? Del Qi upon del Vi. For our problem, we are having just one PQ bus number 2. So this will be del Q2, you may write anywhere, del Q2 upon V2 is equal to this matrix times del V2. So what will be order of this matrix BQ in general for n bus system in which bus number 2 to bus number M are PQ buses and remaining buses are PV buses except slack bus, which is bus number 1. So what will be order of this? M minus 1 cross M minus 1 cross M minus 1. So for our system M is 2 itself, so order will be 1 by 1. So from this matrix itself, Y bus, you may write this matrix. How? Here again you will ignore first row, first column corresponding to slack bus, and again you will ignore the rows and columns corresponding to PV buses, because you are going to write for PQ buses. So okay, first one will be ignored, and third bus is PV bus. So you have to ignore third row and third column. So this one is ignored, remaining are 2 by 2. Again you are ignoring the elements of third row and third column, so only this one will be left. So from here, what will be the value of BQ? You may write BQ as minus 52. Are you getting or not? So check the order. Order is 1 by 1, because for our problem M is 2, N is 3. Clear? From here itself you can check where is Q specified in our system, at bus number 2 only, because bus number 2 is PQ bus, isn't it? So you will put I is equal to 2. So I is equal to 2, so it will be B2K, and K will be having limit from 2 to 2, means the single one, isn't it? Because M is 2 for our problem. Up to second bus only we are having PQ bus, right? So you will have B22, and B22 is nothing but second row, second column. From this also you may write this. Clear? So our problem is very, very simple, just having 3 buses, 1 slack, 1 PQ, 1 PV. but you may proceed for any number of buses using the generalized formula. Is it clear to you? So now you have evaluated these two matrices BP and BQ, no need to worry now. So we know this now. So in order to evaluate this, at the end of first iteration, you will evaluate this by substituting the assumed values of the variables. So you will write here this 0, again this 0, here also V2 0, here you will not write 0. Why? Because V3 is not variable, bus number 3 is. So this Vi in general, this one may be constant or variable depending upon whether that particular bus is PQ or PV. If that bus is PQ, then this will be variable. That bus is PV, then this will be specified. So always use the most recent values of the variables. Fine. So you know how to evaluate this. We have evaluated during Newton-Raphson method of load flow. How to evaluate? Okay, have you noted down these values? So how to get del P2 0? V2 0 you have assumed 1 per unit. So del P2 0, in general del P2 will be nothing but P2 specified minus P2 calculated. So P2 calculated is nothing but, you directly you may write, what is P2? P2 is nothing but V2, K is equal to 1 to N is 3 here for 3 bus system, Yik, Vk, cos theta Ik plus delta K minus delta I. So you are writing for I is equal to 2. So everywhere I will be 2 here. Just check it. So this is the value of P2. So in order to get del P2 0, you will substitute the initial values of the variables, that is delta 2 0. Fine, you have assumed 0 degree. Similarly, V2 0, because V2 is variable, as bus number 2 is PQ bus. So check it. You have already evaluated. So tell me the value of del P2 0. Similarly, del P3 0 will be P3 specified, which was given in the problem, right? Minus V3 0, K is equal to 1 2 3 Y3K Vk cosine of theta 3K plus delta K minus delta 3. Substitute initial values of the variables, you will get del P3 0. V3 0 is given in the problem. Fine. So we have evaluated. Tell me the final values of del P2 0. Okay. Again, I am writing we need to evaluate these corrections, right? So you may write del delta 2 0, del delta 3 0 as this. So you may write this as minus BP inverse. You may take minus sign inside. This inverse times del P2 0 upon V2 0 del P3 0 upon V3. So you need to take inverse of this. So directly you may take inverse of minus BP. You may put sign inside, right? So minus BP will be, if you are taking minus BP, so it will be plus minus, isn't it? So how to take inverse? This is minus BP, whatever. So inverse of this will be how to take inverse? 1 upon take determinant of this into this minus this into this. So how much? 2200, and then take cofactors. So in place of this, write this 62, then here 52, and this with negative, right? Minus power I plus j. So this will be plus, this will be negative of negative will be 32. This will be again 32, and this will be 52 transpose of this. Let's check it. So how to take transpose? This will be diagonal elements will be as it is. Take mirror image, both are same. So this will be having the same as its transpose. Fine. So finally divide with this. So you may have your values. Better to write here directly. So tell me the values of inverse. 0.0282. Fine. Next 0.0146. Next 0.0146. 0236. So what about these values which we have already evaluated during Newton-Raphson method of load flow, isn't it? So tell me from your notebook, you can check it. Del P2, first tell me del P20. Minus 2.8601. This was V20 initial assumed value 1.0 per unit. Fine. What about del P30? 1.4384. Yeah, what was V3 specified? 1.04 given in the system, 1.04. So now you will get the values of del delta 20 and del delta 30 as, tell me, this into this, yeah, minus 0.0605 and 0091. These values will be in radian, right? Okay, whatever you are getting. So next task is to get the values of delta 21 and delta 31, isn't it? So this will be equal to del delta 20, which was assumed as 0 degree. What about this? This also assumed at 0 degree, plus these values del delta 20 and del delta 30, but these are in radians, hence multiply with 180 degree upon pi. Here also 180 degree upon pi. So tell me the final values of delta 21 and delta 31 in degrees. How much? Sign is minus, right? Negative sign. 3.4664 degree. And what about delta 31? 0.5214 degree. So this way you have evaluated the two variables delta 2 and delta 3 at the end of first iteration of fast decoupled load flow method. So what about the other variables? Other variables are V3 and Q3. So you have not yet evaluated V3, but you have the relation of V3 as, have you noted down this? Okay. So for V3, we need to use the relation of del Q3 0 upon V3 is equal to minus BQ times, what was that? Del V. Sorry, variables are V2, not V3, right? So next variables are V2, we have not yet evaluated V2 and Q3. Fine. So for V2, we have this relation. This is specified, not variable. So how to get this? Del V2 0. We have this value. We have these values. So this implies, tell me the value of del Q3 0, which will be Q3 specified minus Q3 calculated at assumed values of the variables. So tell me del Q3 0. Okay, I am writing here what is V3? 1.04. Just evaluate it, del Q3 0. So for our test system, 3-bus system, bus number 1 is slack bus and PQ bus is bus number 2, not bus number 3. So here it was 3 or 2? It was 2, isn't it? Because for bus number 2, we have Q2 as specified. So tell me the value of del Q2. This will be Q2 specified minus Q2 calculated at initial values of the variables. So tell me the values. Minus 0.2201 upon this, you may write is equal to minus of what was BQ? Minus 52. So this will be plus 52 times, directly write del V2 0, 1.0. Where? Yes. Okay, yeah, del Qi upon del Vi, 1.05. 1.0, you have assumed initial value, so put here 0 because this is variable for bus number 2. So you have assumed as 1.0, so same. So now take the ratio of this and this. So this way you will write, this implies del V2 0 is equal to how much? Minus 0.0042 in per unit, right? So therefore you may write V21 as V20 plus del V2, the third variable at the end of first iteration. Fine. So this may be written as 1 and this is minus 0.0042, which is coming out to be 0.9958 per unit. Fine. Any doubt? So this way we have evaluated the 3 variables out of 4 variables. So fourth variable is Q3. So you need to evaluate Q31. Substituting the updated values of the variables, 3 variables, you need to evaluate Q31, and the remaining procedure will be same as that of Newton-Raphson method of load flow. Same termination criteria. Fine.